Well, bowling fans, another Youth Challenge Series tournament coming to you from AMF Bowlero in Wauwatosa. With me, a special guest today, Van McNeil, for the 2013 Youth Challenge Series Brunswick Super Classic. And Van, your first Youth Challenge Series tournament here today. What did you think of it? And this is even before the kids get to bowl with the pros.
Right. It's just an exciting opportunity to have the caliber of pro that we have at this tournament is unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Walter Ray Williams, arguably one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Deadeye.
Sean Rash, try to be one of the greatest of all time.
Absolutely.
Tom Hess, Masters winner. Struggled a little bit the last couple of years, but I think he's making a pretty good comeback.
Right.
And then Tom Smallwood. He's got the World Championship winner back in 2009.
Yeah.
And still plugging away on tour, doing a great job. And we just saw Tom standing with us for the Sean Union Memorial commentary. Now we get to see him bowl, so that's going to be awesome.
It's going to be an exciting time. And again, what a great opportunity for all these kids, again, to bowl with a Walter Ray or a Sean Rash or any of these guys.
Yeah, especially after half of them kicked your butt the first two tournaments in the PBA this week.
Yeah, that was an experience. But with the focus now shifts to the kids, so let's see what happens here in this opening match.
Absolutely. I'm going to leave you to do the commentary today because all these tournament stuff going on. I'm going to get back and run the tournament. Dwight Albrecht's going to sit with you, so I'm leaving. You take over.
All right, we're going to start out with our first match here. As you can see, the kids are bowling. We'll bring you back right here to Wauwatosa AMF Bowlero for the 2013 Brunswick Super Classic, coming up right after this.
The summer is about the swing. The PBA bowlers are rolling into town, striking early because there's no room to spare.
Oh my God.
And only one can be crowned the king of swing. The Geico PBA Summer Swing. This summer, only on CBS Sports Network.
Providing premier equipment sales and services to Wisconsin bowlers since 1973. Check out our Wall of Fame and our current specials at bpsmilwaukee.com.
All right, Dwight, here we go. Up the set ladder we go.
2013 Youth Challenge Super Classic here at AMF Bowlero. We're going to start off with Tom Smallwood.
Yep. Each of the pros here paired up with a youth who qualified to make it here to do this
is
kind
the
of
scratch
thing.
division, the highest you can get, 18 and older. And they're trying to get the scores started here. Get the arrows going. Once we get the arrows going, then we can get going. There we go. So Tom's going to start it off and talk to them a little bit in practice. They thought the lanes were pretty dry, Van. A little drier than AMF West. He had it between, he's going to start off with his Diva or a Karma is what Tom was going to throw, he felt. And he's going to try to get that break point out down the lane at about 40 feet, but he's going to start it in. And he kind of did that over at AMF West, too. He's one of the few guys that had that slow loop shot, but the break point was still sucking board.
It's amazing how precise these guys are. They never miss.
Well, it's amazing on how they play lines that you and I wouldn't even try. You know, that's the thing. I mean, they're starting super deep, getting it out to the gutter 50 feet down the lane.
Right.
You know, you and I would never try that. You're going to see Walter probably go a lot straighter.
Up the second arrow.
Yep.
Right there.
Yep. And he didn't have much of a look in practice, and now look.
Yeah.
You know, so when the lights go on, Ben, it's just amazing how they can all of a sudden just step to the occasion.
It's funny for, sometimes the lights go on and, you get all locked up. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's amazing how the whole psyche of the bowling is. Some guys, the lights go on and they're wired in practice, the lights go on and then they're lost.
Now, two kids out of Chicago here making the finals.
Yeah, this is Joey Capera, and Joey's been on Phil's shows. He's 19 years old. Orland Park, Illinois. It's close to your hometown?
Yeah, right next to Mundelein over there is Home Center's Tinley Bowl.
He's got 12,300 games, high series 805. And he's thrown a Columbia U2 urethane. That was a popular ball in the early 90s, and they kind of brought it back, kind of revisited it. And the reason in practice he told me that he's using it is, again, because the outsides are so dry, he didn't want to get a ball that would overreact.
Sean Rash giving Walter Ray the business here.
Already?
Already. The fun has already begun.
Livio Bolslin, 17 years old from Chicago. And believe it or not, he's thrown actually all of the urethane from the early hammer days, the fat ball hammers.
It's amazing. These young kids, even you would think they would be up with the newest technology out here.
They are, but they're smart enough to realize when to use it and when not to. That's a crazy thing. They knew that the outsides was the only shot and the lanes are going to be dry. Nice cover, nice spare. You see how he goes nice and straight at it?
Yeah.
But they're smart enough to know when to use resin and when to use urethane. That's a crazy thing. Way mature beyond their years.
Right. When I was this age, all we had was the urethane balls at the time before the reactive resin.
When I started, it was 3 different black rubber balls, one with dots on it and one with a diamond on it, black diamond.
Tom Smallwood here.
That's how old I am.
Third frame again with the Diva. Found a little bit of room there.
Well, to me, it looked like he was a little slower, and the ball actually quit, or what we call rolled out, right before it hit the pins. I'm thinking, this is going to go high, and I don't know, they can just pull a string and make that ball go to the pocket. Isn't it crazy?
It's topsy-turvy world here. The kids are using the old product. The pros are using the newest stuff. Walter Ray here in the third.
Yeah, he's right now that hard one. Yep. Don't get we were on here. These guys, like I said, they didn't have a good look in practice, and the next thing you know it, they're just lighting them up for the kids.
Yeah. Those lights go on. Things change. It's all about business.
Well, Joey started at 3 years of age, Van, and he already has the 12-300s like I talked about.
Right.
I love his other interest outside bowling is fishing.
It's fishing.
Fishing.
Very nice.
Yeah, maybe relaxing for him to get off the lanes.
Oh, we were talking to Tom Smallwood earlier. They're in town with the summer swing, of course. Very nice strike there in the pocket. But fishing, complete out of your element. Forget about bowling. Be out there with Mother Nature. That's a great thing.
Yes, Smallwood loves fishing. Yeah, what did they say? They caught 50 fish off the Pewaukee Lake?
Yeah, out of Pewaukee Lake. Some of the pros got a house out there together.
Fishing. Yeah, what did they say? They caught 50 fish off the Pewaukee Lake?
Yeah, out of Pewaukee Lake. Some of the pros got a house out there together.
Yep.
Having some fun.
Pretty cool. Nice way to relax off the alleys, off the lanes.
Ooh, got a little
And here's
lucky.
the thing on that pattern, as you can see with Livio, is if you end up missing a little left, there's no fallback. There's zero fallback. I mean, that ball is going to take off. Even urethane, it's going to take off. Very, very high-scoring match right away, right from the start. Except for one frame, they're all perfect for strikes. With the pros obviously being 2 for 2 for so far. So Smallwood back on lane 21.
Fifth frame. It's hard to tell if he uses his thumb in that ball or not.
Right,
he's got a very unique release.
Actually, he has half his thumb in the ball, and he's kind of like a modified two-hander as he carries it from the push-away to about his leg. Then he takes the left hand off the ball and then goes into like what I used to call a palm style, where you just use the one hand.
It's not necessarily palmed, but it's not necessarily two-handed either.
Right.
Nice. Man.
Walter not taking much time.
Yeah.
Front 5 for his twosome.
Dead eye for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much has not missed his mark or his speed at all. And those have been 3 pretty darn consistent shots right there.
Moving on to the 6th frame here for Joe.
Yep. Joey wants to thank his brother Dave and his mom and dad for all the support. And like I said, Joey's been on Phil's shows for about 3 or 4 times now.
Oh, got away from him on that one.
Yeah, he got it a little fast to try to keep the speed up. Then he got it a little wide, caught that little out of bounds oil, and next thing you know it. The pros at West, when they were getting to about this point in match play, when the lanes already were dry, they kept it around that second, third board and then just increased the speed and threw it harder and harder and harder. But you didn't see them migrate in like what we're seeing with Walter and Tom Smallwood. They stayed out right and just kept the speed up.
There is There is something that is mentally challenging that I know of personally. You miss a spare, and then you're out of your head.
Well, this is an opening now for Livio and Tom Smallwood, and let's see, obviously, just like what we saw during the qualifying, when a pro faltered, how quick did the other pro jump all over him?
Immediately. Let's see what happens here.
Pretty good looking shot. And you see, there's a sign of a true pull, man. And you have a opening, and that other opponent jumps all over him. So now, lead, obviously, for that group.
Right, and take that advantage here and try to gain whatever ground you can here.
It's just been great with the pros in town, just getting to know them, how personal they are. The interest off the lanes, the shot making on the lanes.
Right.
And I know for you, it has to be being down there with them, just a real eye-opening experience.
It is. You learn a lot from just watching these guys. That's why I say, if you ever have the opportunity, the next time the PBA is in town, go out and watch them.
Absolutely.
You're going to learn a lot.
A, they don't come here that often. And B, when they are here, we have to take advantage of their presence.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Tom Smallwood, perfect so far, playing that loop shot, which is just amazing to me. On paper, you wouldn't think that would be the shot to play. And again, Walter, Deadeye, there's a reason why they call him Deadeye.
Never miss Walter
Never misses,
Ray.
Absolutely. He gets lined up, and it's lights out.
On into the 8th frame here. 2013 Youth Challenge Super Classic at AMF Bowlero.
And obviously it's now giving Joey a chance to get back in the match before it runs away real quick with Tom Smallwood and Livio.
Let's see how he recovers.
And again, that's left to target.
Got a break,
big
though.
break of the crossover.
Got a break, though.
Now, see, when they get left to target, for whatever reason, their ball hooks and crosses over. When the pros get left to target, the ball goes into the pocket. I want to figure that one out. You want to figure that one out?
That's a combination of things. Equipment, ball speed, all that stuff.
Yeah, well, when they miss by a quarter of a board. And when we miss, it's by a board or two.
Very nice there.
Another great shot right there, and he knew it off his hand.
Yeah. Nothing you can do about those sometimes.
Well, if he spares here, they have a 9-pin lead going into the 9th. Kind of all depends on what Joey's going to do on his next shot and what Tom does also. Great shot was there.
Yeah.
Nice run for that twosome. You would think with as neglected as the lanes are at this point, as dry as they are, the scoring would be a little bit lower. And these kids just are, I mean, how nervous can it be bowling with, two of your idols?
Right.
And they're on the TV a lot. And they're just so comfortable in this situation. Such a young age, again. So mature past their years.
Smallwood a little light in the pocket, gets the break though.
Playing that loop shot and consistent, every shot is in the pocket for him. Man, I'll tell you, there was another one during the week at AMF West, that just made that shot look so beautiful, and that was Jason Sterner.
Yeah.
I know you were crossing it real close to Jason Sterner, and Sterner was playing that loop shot just like Tom Smallwood is, and it's just amazing. Oh, look out here.
Oh, he knew it when he threw it, too.
It hit the track, and it took off where he hasn't been getting that reaction, and maybe there was something he did at the bottom of the swing that maybe hit up on the ball a little harder than normal, but it hit that track and took off. But, again, Sterner was another one that had that, 11-2 look and could do it consistently, and it just was so beautiful to watch. But, your top amateurs at home aren't going to be able to do that on a consistent basis and play that line as consistently as Jason Sterner did.
Right. All right, into the 10th we go, and by design, this is why we have the pros go first, so our kids can be shooting here in the 10th frame.
Yep.
It's in their hands.
Yeah, 10-pin lead for Tom Smallwood and Livio. And again, at this point, it's pretty much what's all going to come down to the 10th frame. And there's a lot of open chances for ties at this point, too.
So
with the match this close.
Have the possibility of a roll-off if that happens.
Yep. Joey and Walter can go out for 239. Livio and
shot, a little high.
Tom Smallwood can go out for 259. Spare gives him in that 228 range. So that's going to kind of be determined what Livio's going to do, and he's been pretty lights out on 22.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. And a hook cross alley. And
knew that when he let it go.
And that one might cast her fate right there.
Yep. 217.
Oh, the only way, and it could be, again be a, no, that pretty much is over. Yeah, it's pretty much over. Any type of count stays behind the foul line, Livio wins.
Right.
And that's left the target, but that's enough for the win right there.
There's the win.
Yep. Even with the open, he's at 227. So that spares, right, Van?
Yes, you got to make those spares. Anyone who's working, you can work on getting that ball in the pocket until you're blue in the face.
Yep.
If you can't pick up your spares, you are in a world of hurt.
Getting a paycheck and not getting a paycheck.
Yeah.
Yep. Takes a hard plastic ball, throws it hard and straight, and that's what is taught. And
yeah.
No different than what the pros do. They take that hard plastic ball and throw it hard and straight and eliminate the lane condition.
Right. Got to get that practice in, and Livio does at Diversity Bowl. That's his home center down in Illinois. Brunswick Zone and Niles as well.
Yeah, full count here will be 239.
Doesn't matter. You got to break, though. Yep. All right.
Great scoring match for our first match. And we'll be back after this commercial break.
I have a lot of viewers that ask me, why do you have so many of your tournaments at Castle Lanes? Well, Castle Lanes is a center that has an exceptional atmosphere. The charm of being in a Northwoods cabin while you bowl, an attentive staff on the lanes and in the lounge, all the big screen TVs and a free Wi-Fi hotspot, and being named in Bowler's Journal as one of the 95 places to bowl before you die, you have to bowl at Castle Lanes. That's why we love Castle Lanes, and you will too.
Phil, let's do. Alrighty, Dwight, let's do it again. 2013 Youth Challenge Super Classic here at AMF Bowlero.
Match 2. We got Tommy Hess, and you want to talk about speed and power? His first shot on our show, he cleans out the gutter cappings here. Sean Rash giving him a little bit of a razzing there on that gutter ball.
The business.
Now you can see firsthand, if you get it a little to the right, what happens. Guarantee he's going to come back with a strike for the spare here.
Even
he was lined up pretty good in practice.
Even the pros.
It happens to them, correct. But the problem is when you're trying to keep that speed up, like he's trying to do, and see, I put the hex on him, and I told him he'd come back with a strike for the spare. So not a start I think he wanted. And what can you say about Mr. Rash? What he hasn't done. Thrown a ringer, Brunswick ringer. In practice, he wasn't crazy about this pattern. He didn't do very well at West on this pattern during the week. He goes, oh, great, I got to bowl on this again. So, but, stepped up to the occasion and beautiful strike.
The pros, no matter what the oil condition,
they
no
somehow
matter
adjust.
what the oil pattern is, they find a way.
Yep, and Tommy Hess's partner is Jordan Newham, 16 years old, Aurora, Illinois. And Van, during qualifying, in one word, this girl was impressive.
All the way through.
All the way
in
through.
Every aspect of her
16
game.
years old, man. 16 years old, this girl was playing second board, shot after shot, right over second board, quiet head, steady head, quiet shoulders, clean off her hand, on and on and on. I mean, it's like a mini pro. Just so beautiful to watch her bowl.
With the nice pickup.
And she's so focused. At 16 years old. Really? 16 years old? Were you as focused as what she is? I wasn't. I was a late bloomer when it came to that.
Yeah, alongside PBA champion and fitness guru Johnny DeSantis. How are you, Coach?
Very, very good, guys. How you doing?
Doing very well. You made it here to Milwaukee for this.
We sure did. 13-hour drive.
Wow.
My wife drew the 13 hours, but, Dwight was talking about focus. I'm 56, and I still have no focus. So. These girls and these guys are sure impressive. I'll tell you what.
Giselle out of Montgomery, Illinois, at 18 years old, and also looking good out here.
Yeah. And for our fans at home, watch this girl's release at the bottom. Johnny and I were talking about this before they started. She kind of has that, I hate to say it, but she kind of has that Sean Rash broken wrist, flipped wrist.
She does.
Yeah.
She's got that, what we talk about now, especially with the young guys or the young players.
Yes.
That kind of like yo-yo effect at
Yes,
the bottom. Just
the yo-yo effect.
cork
That's
on
exactly
clinch. Man,
it.
she gets out of it so nice.
Yep.
And like you said, Dwight, I mean, both girls, I mean, just really have a great game.
Whoa. Tommy's trying to
getting the break there.
He's throwing a paranormal aura van, which you have in your bag. And,
Part of my arsenal as well.
Tommy's trying to get it done with speed. He's trying to, the straightest line from one to the other is how fast you throw it. And that's all about Tommy has. Sean is actually a little softer on his speed and trying to hook the lane with that Brunswick Winger, which is a little bit of a weaker ball. But it has that same type of release as what you see on Giselle. Johnny hit it right on the head. That yo-yo effect, I call that cup to broken effect, right at the release point.
Exactly. She does it really well.
Yes, she does. For 18 years old.
We watched her a little bit in qualifying and semifinals, and so many, again, girls and guys. They just were I was impressed how well they were repeating shots, and like you said, solid with the game from start to finish.
Yep. Jordan started Van at 8 years of age. She already, at 16, has won 299 game, and are you ready for this? A 771 series.
Oh man!
At 16 years old. She's thrown, at least on the TV show, she's thrown a DV8, which is part of Brunswick. Hellraiser Revenge. I'm sorry, Hellraiser Terror.
Right.
And when you bowled against Kevin Coleman over at New Berlin in the bowling game, Kevin was throwing the Hellraiser Terror against you.
Yeah, another great DV8 staffer
Yes.
in Kevin Coleman. The DV8 just going to show that they make a strong product.
Yes, absolutely. And very popular among the youth. They always say that Brunswick's lineup balls are for the guys that like the Buick car.
Right.
And
What are you trying to say there, Dwight?
the older group.
Okay.
The older group.
That's what I
The
thought.
established bowler.
I have all Brunswick
The
equipment, by the way.
established bowler. There you go.
What's in your arsenal there, Johnny?
Yeah, do you know what? There's a mix of pretty much everything. I mean, a lot of Storm stuff. Have some a couple Brunswick's balls, a couple DV8 balls. Again, there is a mix. And I guess it comes down to, just trying to find things that match up better to my game. And Dwight, as doing what you do and the coaching in the pro shop, trying to fit people to what, maybe not the ball typically supposed to do, but how it fits into your game.
There you go.
And how will that support what you do and how you throw.
Yeah, I call it getting that look.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I can't get over her release, Van.
Yeah,
For
Giselle
18 years
looking great.
old. Sean's got to be sitting there watching going, wow, someone else does it just like me.
Sean kind of razzing the pros that
he
are
likes to have
standing
a little
by.
fun with this.
Walter
Okay.
Ray's out here, Chuck Gardner's out here, and now he's giving Tom Hess the business.
This is what we call in the pro world gamemanship.
Right.
Gamemanship. I feel like we're at the Chris Paul celebrity match.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just if he doesn't keep the speed up with that aura, it hits that friction.
Right.
Too high of a friction ball, left turn.
There was no re-oil here before the taping of the final, so they're bowling on the burn.
Yes, they are. I mean, this is similar to what AMF was when it got to the match play rounds, right before they decided on their top 5 for TV.
And lucky for Tom, he's got Giselle as a partner, so.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, and he knew off his hand he had it too.
Yes, he did.
The only thing is the pin did not agree with it.
I do want to say it's really nice to see you guys also invited a senior player to come in Walter Ray. That was really nice of you guys. So the old guard is represented.
We got all the ages covered here.
You're all represented. So you've covered all the generations.
Oh, a little outside there, but he found found a little
See,
something
that's
out
what
there.
I found when you were at West this week on the 32-foot pattern is you could get away with that swing shot, but you couldn't get away with the pull shot.
Right.
But you could get away with the swing shot. And so far, Giselle just hasn't got it far enough right. She's got that beautiful release and game, but she hasn't just got it to that spot yet, which is what we were talking about with the motion.
Yeah, and Jordan, she's going to be able to go a little straighter, as you saw right there.
Yep.
Dead flush.
Yeah, that's what I saw in nothing but qualifying. But she was playing second board van during the qualifying. She wasn't inside like she is now.
It just
So
goes to show.
She might have a look, right?
How much you got to move and pay attention with that transition. That's what's getting us out here in the PBA Summer Swing is transition.
Absolutely. Well, being able to adjust when they do break down. That's the thing. It's one thing, obviously, when they're freshly old, but be able to have that presence at 16 years old to be able to play from second board to third arrow swing.
Right. She probably, obviously, should have swung that one out a little further. But Dwight, as you were saying, 16 years old, she has quite the presence up here. Let's see if she can convert this baby split here, this 310.
Look at that
There
cover.
we go. Now she got it.
Very nice.
Oh, they got to get going, otherwise they're gonna.
Well,
dig
Giselle
themselves
can
a
only do
hole.
so much for Tom Hess here.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Let's see if he shows up,
Yeah, we gotta
or
get Mr.
he'll
Hess to
dump
get
another
going
one in
here.
the gutter. I have the feeling he's going to be buying Sean Rash dinner tonight. And he can't get a break.
No, sometimes you get into those. Even when you start throwing it good, you can't buy a strike, and that's a tough spot to be in. And Tom's in that right now.
Yeah, trust me, Johnny. I know from experience.
The pros are no different than us, man.
Yeah.
You get that panic-stricken mode over you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what? When you're on your own, it's one thing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But when you bowl with a partner, and in this case, they're bowling with one of the youth players.
You want to do well for them.
You want to. It just drives you even more insane, and they want to do so well.
Sean Rash in the seventh.
Now, see, it was the difference between the last shot and that one, about the same line, but he was a touch faster with his speed on that one, and you could see that it just pushed that a little farther down the lane. He was hoping for it to come back. Now watch how Sean throws that spares van.
Throwing a
took it
rhino
hard and
here.
straight.
Interesting for a spare
Yeah,
ball.
old black pearl rhino from the 80s.
Yeah.
Hard urethane ball. Takes his hand out of it and just rifles it right at the pin. The thing that's just amazing to me is they spend a little time on the approach when they shoot their spares. It's just like automatic. They just get up, we're just going to stand
get
here
right
and
to
look at
the
this.
point. Get to it.
That's just nice. Oh,
Jordan
no.
in the eighth and over the foul line.
Yeah, I kind of heard the buzzer
Did
go
foul.
off. So we're going to have to get a score correction and re-rack.
Yep.
And Mr. Rash will get that taken care of because these guys from bowling all around the country, they know how to adjust the score on all the different scoring machines that are out there.
Right.
They do breakdowns, everything. You need some machine.
They'll go
They can
back
take
there
care
and
of
work on it. Yeah.
Really, but by the time they call the desk, it's done.
And the sad thing about it, that was a beautiful strike by Jordan, and she had to give
was
it back.
beautiful, yeah. It goes to show you got to pay attention. And a little
Well, look at that.
Picks it up,
Exactly.
picks
But that's
up
a
the
double
spare.
right there.
How impressive is that, though? I mean,
On
you
TV,
foul
foul,
on TV,
embarrassed
and come
already.
back and do that.
Embarrassed already that you foul and come back and just lace another one.
That is nice.
Right.
Isn't that beautiful?
Very beautiful, and you can tell she was freaking out there a little bit,
Yeah.
looking at
What
Sean.
do I
It's like,
do?
oh no,
What
yeah,
do I do?
yeah. It happens though. It happens.
Yep. Well, the thing is, though, is all the pros. I mean, and again, these kids are no different. Look how nice they slide up by the foul line. And the thing that, from my coaching, that I see the most, Johnny, is the amateurs, they're so far away from the foul line. And then to try to get them, when I coach them, to slide up close to the foul line, they are so uncomfortable with that. They don't want to hit that foul line or slide by that foul line. And then what they do when I try to move them up on the approach is then they just shorten their footwork.
Yeah, I mean, they feel like they're
Cramping.
cramped in. Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And the funny thing is, and I'm sure you work with so many people, when you pick up things and you do things over a period of time and they become habit, and right or wrong they become habit. And when you try, especially something you're trying to correct, and when you try to correct that, it feels so uncomfortable.
Yes.
To that person, and yourself, if somebody tried to, it may be
Patience
the
with the
right thing,
changes,
but
yeah.
it takes a little while to start getting that and repetition and get it to where it becomes second nature to you. But before that happens, it feels so uncomfortable, and they feel so awkward doing it, and they want to go back to what they're comfortable with, and it just takes some patience, takes some time, and
But
just
that's the biggest thing that I see on an amateur level, though, is how many of our amateurs slide so far away from the foul line.
Yeah.
It's one of the top things. Look at all four of these, how they slide right up by the foul line
They
with
do.
their slide step. For me, obviously, the farther you are from the foul line, the more you're going to get the shoulders involved in the shot.
Right.
Now you're starting to lunge or reach forward with the shoulders, and well, you open up a can of worms for accuracy, shoulder pain, whatever you want to call it.
And you got a short pattern. You got 32 feet. If some of these people are, if they're a foot back, now it's a 31-foot pattern.
Right.
Exactly. So you've shortened it even more.
Yep.
And
your target's another foot away.
Exactly. And it just, you've created more problems for yourself than you need to.
Correct.
And it's not just practice on the lanes. Johnny, we've been working with the program, Train Like an Athlete for Bowling on Facebook. And if you haven't liked that page and you're a bowler, I suggest you go over there because you're going to have some great, great tips from Johnny. A nice strike here by Jordan. Didn't cross the foul line, looking good. But there's game. The game is also off the lanes as well.
It really is, and that's what we're here to do. And I've been a member of the PBA for a long, long time, and now we're working with people to again be athletic, be an athlete for bowling, and that's our program, Train Like an Athlete for Bowling. And there is so much that goes into that. I mean, there is so many body parts that come into play in any endeavor, and bowling is no different. And what we're teaching people is there's another great shot. She is extremely impressive. Like Dwight said, I mean, she just, she stays
unbelievable. 16 years old.
I may go home and try to mimic my game after hers. I like it, man. But we want people to be more athletic, but to train the body in a way where it's going to give you the maximum effort and sustain you all the way through. And not just bowling. We talk about, hey man, we're talking about fit for life. So
right. Exactly. I mean, look at the frames on all these kids, Johnny.
Yep.
I mean, you want to talk about athletic? Look at the frames on these kids.
Exactly. I mean, they look great. Matter of fact, we just were having a conversation with Tom Clark over on the other side, and we're working with PBA and just to bring this program to a lot of these guys. And I'm telling you, maybe some of these guys could take some tips from a lot of these young kids they're looking great, they're in great physical condition.
There you go.
I feel bad for her. She's thrown a great shots after shots, but she just hasn't been lined up. She went over and got a little help from Chuck Gardner, came over and toward him, bumping a little bit and moving a little bit, and here she does, and she just gets it a little wide, and now it doesn't finish. But what an impressive resume. She's got 2 4-300s, 3 800s with a high series at 8-13, Johnny, at 18 years of age.
That's amazing.
18 years of age. Watch this.
Oh, going
she
for the
is like, what's going on there? Look at that look.
You never know what happens when you get the pros out here.
Shot making here, trick shots.
Johnny, a pleasure to have you with us here on the game. Where can we find you online?
Hey, we're Train Like an Athlete for Bowling on the Facebook page. We have a lot more coming, and you can go to TrueRivalFitness.com. A lot of fitness tips there, and also a lot of bowling related stuff. Guys, listen, thank you so much for all your support. We're not done with this. I'm going to keep up with you guys. We're going to stay in touch, keep doing a lot of great things. And again, great job supporting the sport of bowling and the youth program. So I thank you very much.
Thanks, Johnny. Johnny DeSantis, True Rival Fitness, a 136 for Giselle Poss from Montgomery, Illinois, a 193 for Jordan Newham of Aurora. More of the 2013 Youth Challenge Super Classic coming up live from Bowlero right after this.
The summer is about the swing. The PBA bowlers are rolling into town. Striking early because there's no room to spare.
Oh my God.
And only one can be crowned the king of swing. The Geico PBA Summer Swing. This summer, only on CBS Sports Network. What you want?
Already missing the Spare Time Bowling Show on Sunday mornings? Get your bonus PBA Summer Swing coverage, including Van McNeil's Road to the Summer Swing blog, on the Spare Time Bowling Show page at sportsradio1250.com.
Welcome back to AMF Bowlero Lanes in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin for the 2013 Youth Challenge Super Classic alongside Dwight Albrecht. Coach.
Thank you, Van. This is our challenge match, boy versus girl. Phil does this a lot for his tournaments. And Tom Wood's going to start off again on lane 21, and he was on that lane last time, so he should still have a pretty good look to the pocket, and obviously with that result he does.
Throwing that diva from Deviate.
The pros don't care if it's a woman's ball. They don't care it's pink.
Tom Smallwood paired up with Livio from Chicago.
Yes.
And Livio Bolzone. The Italian name. Sean Rash here to start things off in our third match. Pretty off the hand.
Yep.
Look at that.
So, Van, after watching that one, I got a question for you. Do you have a cup of coffee to go with that sweet roll?
Oh, yes. Yes, sir. I'm telling
Had
you.
to throw that one in there.
We are the new broadcast team for the PBA. Dave Ryan and Randy Peterson, we have locked them in the trunk. It's Van McNeil and Dwight Albrecht coming to CBS Sports Network. Time Warner Cable SportsChannel first, CBS Sports Network next. That's where you can watch the PBA swing and a nice strike from Jordan.
Is she something or what? And that was the lane she struck on last game. She had like the foul and then comes back. That was a strike. She comes back with a strike for the spare, and then finishes it off with a strike on that next shot.
16 years old for her. And then here we have a 17-year-old in Livio.
Yes.
Throwing that urethane ball still. Getting a little lucky on the Brooklyn side.
Yeah, but on the score sheet it looks the same. And he's missing his partner here. Poor Tom's got his hand out.
Yeah.
Now there's focus right there.
Right.
Focus and concentration when
Super
you miss your partner's high five hand there. But yeah, I'm just so impressed with the kids. Oh my goodness. I mean, just for their age. But again, Jordan, I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, in qualifying here, she's second board, and has the presence of mind to get into third arrow and play the third arrow loop shot. Wow. I mean, sometimes I feel, Van, it's pre-programmed, that it's just in these kids from birth on.
For some kids it is. For others it isn't. Others have to work. Yes, absolutely.
Correct.
These kids here, though, no, they all got the bowling gene. Even this guy right here, Sean Rash, in the third, trying to stay perfect. Uh-oh.
And got it a little wide. Gets away with it. There's your rev rate. There's your rev rate.
The Dikembe Mutombo finger there, yeah.
Not in my house. Sean likes to play the card a little bit here and have a little fun, and I think that's just great. That's what makes it so special.
Keep it light.
Absolutely.
Keep it loose. Jordan in the fourth.
Look at that roll. Is that something? Who's got the sweet roll?
Jordan's got
the sweet roll. You bet.
Again, 16 years old, out of Aurora, Illinois.
Remember that name for 16 years old, Jordan Newham. Remember that name.
Livio again.
Now, see, I have a father of a daughter who's 21 years old. Ashley's got a pretty good game too, but too bad again. I mean, Sparky keeps working on it, but maybe someday we can get that ladies tour back. And I'll tell you right now, with Jordan's future, boy, there would be a candidate for the ladies tour.
Yeah, and Jordan and Giselle, all the youth that were out here today.
Yeah. What a release that Giselle had. Oh, my goodness gracious. Just something.
All right, working on 4 strikes here, going for number 5.
Yeah, Tom has been pretty much lights out with that diva on 21. It's amazing to me once they do get lined up. It's just how they can throw it time after time in the pocket, and here I jinxed him again, Van.
Yeah, got a little high, either missed his mark or got into some dryness out there.
Oh, he's getting odds now from Sean here, and Sean's
3
got
to
him
1
3 to 1.
odds,
and he's getting the money out,
the
too.
money is out. Oh,
yeah.
boy. This happens a lot on the tour.
Oh, yeah, let me tell you, there's a lot of action bowling going on the tour. It's just not qualifying in match play.
Let's see if these 3 to 1 odds are right. Oh, man.
What's so hard about that? He's like, what's so hard about that? But I didn't see Sean didn't pay him, though. That's the thing.
No.
Kept the money.
I'm telling you, someone's buying someone dinner here.
And it's not going to be hamburger. It'll be steak.
No, absolutely.
Again, got a little wide. But again, that 500-plus rev rate, the ball comes back.
He knew it, too.
Front 5 for Jordan and Sean. Nice start. Don't want to say too early. Could we possibly see perfection here, especially in a Baker?
I don't know. You've been on a record of jinxing people lately. I don't know.
I don't want to do it to Jordan, so I'm going to keep my mouth quiet.
Oh, it's too late now. It's out there.
Oh, okay. Shouldn't have spoke. Well, as good as she's throwing it, maybe she can hold me up here.
Look at that.
See, it's still on record. Yes. That a girl, Jordan. Thanks for helping me out. Boy, like I said, in practice or qualifying, impressive. Sean finally broke that concentration by Livio. He had to step off the approach and have a pretty good laugh at that.
Got to regroup.
Livio's just
Got to
been
get back
totally
out there.
focused until that point. Yeah, he's left off the target again.
Maybe on a break.
Yeah.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. But I'll tell you right now, this field of our youth for Phil's tournament was extremely strong. And see, whoever has gotten to this point, they are well-deserved to get to this point. And they both have won their matches, so now this is kind of bragging rights. And so far right now, girl advantage.
Yeah. Girl power.
Girl power, absolutely. My daughter would be happy to hear that. And your daughter, Holly.
Yeah, she would be
another
equally.
father of a daughter.
Uh-huh.
But again, what can you say about Jordan's game at 16 years old? My goodness. I mean, she's got a game of you would see in a mid-20-year-old that is practiced up to that point.
She's got that discipline that Johnny and I were talking about earlier. And
but see, that's when you got that great physical game and you have your body in the right positions throughout the whole entire approach.
Yep.
That's how that physical mental game can become so disciplined, like you talk about, because you got that great physical game to rely on.
Great physical game here, and Sean Rash got a break.
Front seven.
Little light. Front seven for Jordan and Sean.
Perfecto still going here.
Uh-huh.
And I'll tell you right now, I mean, you're not only bowling for yourself, you got to rely on your partner to shoot that Baker 300. Now, Sean Rash is a partner. I'd be pretty confident if I could hold up my end that Sean's going to help me all the way through.
Nice to have Rash in your back pocket
in your corner,
there,
absolutely. Oh, she pulled it left on that one. And
I was going to say,
great run.
She hasn't had that 300 game yet. This was the opportunity.
Yeah, you can see again on this pattern, border to left. Bye-bye.
That's what you get on this short 32-foot oil.
Yeah, pros talked about it all. Yeah, pros talked about it all the last 3 days at West. And you could get away with the swing shot, but you couldn't get away with the pull. Anything left, it went left.
A little bit of a break here for Livio and Tommy.
Yeah, I mean, they got
maybe
a lot of crown to make up.
Yeah.
Now, you're going to need a little help out of Jordan and Sean if they want to get back in this match.
And at the rate they're going, doesn't seem like they're going to give anything away.
Well, you know, he gets it into he gets a little bit of a swingery, starts in the oil, swings it to the dry, and that urethane ball, he's using an old Fab Ball purple hammer from late 80s, early 90s.
And that still works.
And still works. But the thing is, it took off. So, again, for Livio, he's going to have to get up in the 10th. He's going to have to still make an adjustment off of that, but big double. Maybe Tom could turn it into a three-bagger here. Going into the 9th frame, our foundation frame.
Ooh, a little wide. No,
yep, a little wide.
Not a question at all.
And I'll tell you, he is just, if he gets it right, it is just automatic. Absolutely automatic.
The way these PBA oil patterns transition is just insane. Like I said, if you fall behind, you're going to fall behind quick out here with these guys.
It's like who makes the first mistake. That's what I noticed during match play. He didn't even want to watch it.
10. He knew it when he threw it off his hand.
Right. He was waiting for everyone else to tell him if he got a strike or not. He didn't even want to look at it. So watch how little time he takes on this spare. Sets his feet, clears his mind.
Getting a little laugh out there. That's fine.
Hard and straight. Look how he posted the finish on that one. He gets a lot of crap from Randy Peterson on TV about holding his finish. A lot. So maybe that was a little jab at Randy on that spare shot to hold his finish. But I'll tell you right now, that's a good tip for our listeners at home. Ball only takes 2.3 seconds, 2.4 seconds to go down a lane. I think the least you can ask your body to do is hold that finish until the very end.
Nice strike by Jordan. Even Sean knew it. Even Sean knew it.
Well, for Sean sitting there, how can you not be impressed with her game? Really? 16 years old, she's just automatic every time she's up there. Like I said, I watched her all during qualifying, and again, there's nothing this girl couldn't do out there.
Well, she's been on these Time Warner broadcasts on Phil's tournaments before, and there you go, jinxing her again.
Yeah, I know. I got to stop that, but
that's
match
all right.
low in hand.
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, she's
in the 250s easily here. Ho hum 250. Van, would you like a 250?
Yeah, I would love a 250 on this pattern.
255 finish. 256. What a beautiful game. And that shuts him out. The best Livio can do if he strikes out here is 252. Which it would still be a great game.
Yeah, let's keep it exciting. 3 in a row here. This is number 1. Hey, now.
Now, see the difference he got on that one? He got it farther out to the right. Smalls got up off his chair and said right away, there you go. So those pros know off the hand right away if their teammate or their opponent threw a good one or not. They threw it crisp or not. And I can guarantee you Livio's been getting some advice from Tom while they're sitting there.
Oh, absolutely. All the pros that have been in town, not just for me, but with all the kids at all these different pro-ams have been offering, but nothing but great advice. Come on now.
Oh, this is our future, Van.
Yeah?
You know, these are our future pros right here. And Phil does such a great job with his shows and his tournaments. I mean, they drive from Illinois all the way to Milwaukee.
Right.
For that scholarship money.
We have a mostly Illinois broadcast this time around. All the kids from
5 out
Illinois.
of 6.
5 out of 6, yeah. 1 here from the States.
Great game, 241 to 256.
Wow. Great game.
And we'll be back after this commercial break.
Of course, I see your High Five gear does a lot with our Youth Challenge Series kids, and you've been wearing this power sleeve since it came out. Tell the fans what it does for you.
Well, it's something we asked for, too. You know, we bowl a lot of games, and over time, obviously, I put in tens and, 20s of thousands or hundreds of thousands. I don't know how many games, but, so it's something to help keep everything together on these long days where, we're bowling a lot. We're bowling a lot of different formats. It keeps everything tight around here, the elbow and that, so I don't have any pain there, and then it's breathable. It's great, so it keeps it warm when it's cold out, and it breathes when it's hot.
Yeah. So make sure you go to highfivegear.com and check out those power sleeves because they can customize them any way you want too. They're awesome. I have one of them myself.
Alongside our winners, Jordan Newham of Aurora, Illinois, and of course Sean Rash. Jordan, talk about the experience here.
It's just a really cool experience to be able to bowl with a pro. Sean bowls out of Parkside sometimes. That's where I bowl, so I've seen him before.
Oh, so you guys know each other already?
Yeah, I just moved to Montgomery a couple years ago, and Parkside Lanes in Aurora is where I practice and where I call home. So I see Jordan and Gillespie every now and then out there practicing quite a bit. So.
And very impressive form in Jordan. You have to be impressed, not only because
absolutely.
she's a partner.
Not just Jordan, but the youth there at Parkside Lanes. I mean, she puts a lot of time in, so I'm not gonna give her too much credit here on the spot. But it's nice to see the hard work paying off for her, and look forward to the future and what she's got coming up.
Well, we'd like to thank, obviously, Brunswick and for you to showing up on this. We greatly appreciate it. What do you think, 16 years old, Sean? When did you obviously get into the juniors? And that type of talent at 16 years old?
It's impressive. The high school bowling scene in the lower 48 has been extraordinary. When I went to high school in Alaska, we didn't have it until I left. So when I was 16, I was bowling Coca-Cola Nationals in Houston, Texas, and there was a lot of good players. When I was 16, Deandra Asbeatty now was around the same age, but the high school program has definitely done a lot. But Brunswick has been, the #1 leader in pushing high school bowling and doing the most for our future and our sport and our youth. So it's nice to be affiliated with a company that cares so much about our sport.
And we add another piece to your arsenal, another Brunswick piece to your arsenal. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
All right, Jordan, Sean, thank you for coming out. The PBA Summer Swing here at AMF Bowlero.
Qualifying and match play rounds for the 2013 PBA Badger Open were held on May 20th and 21st at AMF Wauwatosa. Steve Sparky Pfeiffer from the Spare Time Bowling Show had a chance to sit in with Mike J. Laneside and Jason Thomas to do some commentary on Extra Frame, while Joe Serrar and Sandy Max were either sharing ball drilling tips or commentary ideas. Bill O'Neill started the tournament with a great 3-game set, but he ended up overall in 21st place. Notable area finishers included, with our own Van McNeil, Brian Valenta there on the left, who finished in 28th place. He's from Lockport, Illinois. Eric Gulbrandson from Superior, Wisconsin, who finished in 33rd. Greg Thomas from Oak Creek finished in 46th. John Shallow from Evansville finished in 62nd. Gary Exner from Racine finished in 66th. Joe Olivo from Lannon finished in 70th place.
Dave Bears from Waukesha finished in 74th. And Spare Time Bowling's Van the Man McNeil finished in 87th place out of the 90 competitors. Here's the top 5 for the 2013 PBA Badger Open TV Finals. Those stepladder finals will be airing on CBS Sports Network on Tuesday, June 11th. Check your local listings for air times. The second stop on the PBA Summer Swing, the 2013 PBA Wolf Open was held at AMF West on May 22nd and 23rd. The bowlers had to make an adjustment from the 52-foot Badger Oil pattern earlier in the Summer Swing to the short 32-foot Wolf pattern used for this tournament. The highest Wisconsin finisher was Ken Kempf out of Appleton, who made match play and finished the tournament in 24th place. Other notable Wisconsin finishers include Brian Traber in 48th place, Jim Knobloch from Waukesha in 53rd place, the high-revving, fast-throwing David Lubinsky from Milwaukee in 56th place, the highest finishing Wisconsin left-hander Scott Radke in 73rd place, Rob Lang from Waukesha in 76th place, the Spare Time Bowling Show's Van McNeil in 85th place, and Mike Larson of Menominee Falls was forced to withdraw due to an injury. After an incredibly close position round, the top 5 finalists for the 2013 PBA Wolf Open has been determined. Top seed Chris Loschetter looking for his first PBA title. Make sure you catch that airing Tuesday, June 18th. Check your local listings for the airtime on CBS Sports Network.
The summer is about the swing. The PBA bowlers are rolling into town. Striking early because there's no room to spare.
Oh my God.
And only one can be crowned the king of swing. The Geico PBA Summer Swing. This summer, only on CBS Sports Network.
Already missing the Spare Time Bowling Show on Sunday mornings? Get your bonus PBA Summer Swing coverage, including Van McNeil's Road to the Summer Swing blog, on the Spare Time Bowling Show page at sportsradio1250.com.
Back at AMF Bowlero Lanes in Wauwatosa for the 2013 Youth Challenge Super Classic. What an adventure so far here today, Dwight.
Yeah, and this is not another challenge match, Van. This is actually our handicap division. We got Tom Hess starting it off on lane 21.
There we go. Last game he threw, his first ball was in the ditch.
Yes, he did. And didn't come back with a very good spare either. Had an 8-count total, so he figured it out a little bit. Walter's on 22, and he's been in practice just trying to figure it out. So Tom Hess is with Robin Conrad, 15 years old, Van, from Rolling Meadows, Illinois. Another south of the border bowler. And who says Walter A. Williams can't hook the ball? Who says that? Walter can hook it. Walter can kind of do anything he wants.
Having a little fun out there with
Walter's
Tom
partner
Hess.
is Antonio Stanich, 18 years old.
There we go.
From Waukesha.
Our Waukesha representation.
Bowls at Fox Run and Vaqueros. He's 15 years old. Only been bowling 3 years, Van. So fairly new to the sport. Favorite pro bowler, Pete Weber, PDW.
Oh, who doesn't like Pete Weber? A few people, yeah, I know. Yeah, a little nerve-wracking to be out here with Walter Ray and
Walter
Tom
Ray,
Hess.
TV lights. Really? Well, been only 3 years? He's probably saying, what did I get myself into joining this sport? Well, he got into a final. How about that, huh? And what a great experience this will be for him, and one that he'll remember a long time, and a great chance.
Thought he had it there for a minute.
Absolutely.
Thought he had it. Antonio Stanich.
So again, you might be a rookie on the PBA tour.
Right.
But Antonio is a rookie, period. Only been bowling 3 years. Robin, great game. Been watching her warm up and practice. Been bowling 9 years. She's throwing the Storm IQ Tour Gold Pearl, which was a popular ball this last year, if you followed the PBA. And she's playing the lanes correctly, a lot like the pros did. during the 3 days at AMF West, trying that second, third
playing
board
that outside. You get inside of 5, you're in some trouble. You get outside of 5 there, yeah.
But again, at 15 years old, to have that discipline to play out right by the right gutter on TV lights.
Mm-hmm.
At 15 years old, man.
A lot of pressure that these kids are going through. Her highest game is at 269. She hasn't had that 300 yet.
Yeah, hasn't broke through with the 700 series yet. 690 for the high series. But with her game, and look at how she threw her spare ball across alley.
Right.
Again, 15 years old, been bowling 9 years, Van. 9 years, and she again, that's just great coaching. I mean, this is just all a result of the great coaching.
Well, you've seen it before. You've dealt with many, many youth before, building them up at a young age.
Yes, absolutely. You know, and they love the game. And they have a passion for it. You know, and they just eat, drink, live, sleep it.
Yeah, just like the pros do.
Yeah, absolutely. The passion for the sport. And Tom has had the cardinal sin in pro bowling. You never throw a crossover strike.
The solid Brooklyn. I've had a few of those out here during the PBA Summer Swing.
And he did do that, and Walter gave him a little crap about it.
Yeah, you feel dirty.
You feel dirty.
You do. Walter here in the third.
And here Walter tries to do it right and leaves a 6 count, so that could be a little bit more razzing here why Walter didn't go for the crossover. No, I mean, Tom, obviously, that shot got away from him. But, yeah, the pros, I'll tell you, they don't like it when their opponents throw a crossover strike against them, that's for sure. Got to make the spare here. Walter's one of the best spare shooters on the tour. The reason why, he makes a ball change, goes to the plastic ball, just kind of rolls it end over end. Right at it.
There we go.
As soon as he let it go, there was never
You knew. You didn't have any doubts at all, as I'm sure he didn't either.
Throw in that Rainbow Twist by Brunswick. That's the color of that target zone is Rainbow Twist. Interesting color.
You know, looking at Antonio here out of Wauwatosa, you can tell he is a little nervous. I understand where he's coming
for
from.
Only 3 years bowling?
Yeah, absolutely. But he's out here doing it. That's the important thing. He
Yeah.
he advanced this far. He made it to the finals of the Super Classic here. So he's got a nice release.
Yes. Very, very nice game. And, you know, kind of for only 3 years at it, has been coached very well, very contemporary. A little late with his timing. And the reason why, Van, is if you watch on the now that I'll point it out, but if you watch on the video, he has very little slide or no slide, so kind of plants that slide foot, or we call it in coaching spikes that slide foot, and then that causes the upper body to have to pull through the shot, and what can happen is you lose a little accuracy, and because of the late timing. So that my advice to him was learn how to slide on that last step, move back a little bit on the approach, try to make your body slide on that last step. It syncs up your ball to your feet. Will improve your accuracy tremendously.
And it may feel like that you're tearing them apart. It's like, why is Dwight being so hard on the kids here? It's the coach in you, but it's all pertinent stuff that you're talking about here.
Yeah, if you don't break it at an early age, you have it for a long time. Life. It's like the same things that we worked with you on over here, you know, changing you around over the 8 weeks, 9 weeks that we worked with you on. And I mean, when you first came into the video lessons and we started working with you to where you are now, it's a transformation.
If you're a semi-serious league bowler and you want to take that next step, get videotaped. You're going to learn so much.
Get with a certified coach that knows what to look for.
Right.
Yeah, videotape breaks it down, slows it up into super slow-mo. And then the nice thing with like Phil and I have, we have the software called Motion Pro, and we can actually, with the power of that software, take a pro bowler like Tom Hess, Sean Rash. I have Parker Bone on my video, and we can put Parker on the right-hand side of the screen and you on the left-hand side of the screen and say, okay, well, here's the pro in the second step. Well, where are you? Where's him? Why is he in that position and you're not? Where's Parker sliding on the last step and Antonio's not? And so when the people can see it on the video,
it's eye-opening because you don't see it, you don't feel it. You're just doing your thing. You're bowling.
Well, when you're going to the line, the thing that you're thinking about It's not if you're sliding on the last step, but you're going to hit your mark.
Mm-hmm.
Are you hitting what you're aiming at? Did you reproduce the same ball speed?
Right.
Am I getting a good look on the lane with my ball reaction?
Which
So,
that's a ton to think about when you're out there on the lanes.
yeah, I mean, your mind is concepting a lot of stuff out there.
Absolutely. And it seems like here, Dwight, as we roll on here, this is our 4th game on the Wolf pattern here.
Yes.
The lanes continue to transition, and the guys here are having a
Even the pros are starting to struggle.
Yeah, they're having a tough time trying to find the pocket.
They have not been re-oiled before the show started. So again, this is like at the very end of the night at AMF West during the match play to decide the top 5 for the TV show. And what the pros do, Van, at this point is they stay with that same mark, but they ball down, or what we call shell down, and then they increase their speed. So that's their adjustments that they're making.
Antonio a little high there.
Yeah, but he's keeping it in play. He's not getting into trouble.
Nope.
He left the 8 count last time on that lane and made a spare.
And he's converting. And spares, as I'm learning firsthand,
correct,
are so important out here.
And this is a handicap match. So right now they're just bowling scratch, but we have to get their handicap. Two and a half. So we just found out from our stats man that Antonio gets 2 pins.
2.5 pins.
So pretty scratch match here from one to the other.
Just to clarify, right in the pocket for Robin.
Boy, another impressive game out of her. What I love the most about her, Van, is her timing is so good. Her body is just so fluid going to the line. The other thing, too, is the ball comes off her hand so incredibly clean. And again, that's a big asset for accuracy.
Tom Hess here in the 7th.
Pulled it again.
He knew it, too.
Yeah.
When he let it go, he knew it.
Yep. And again, the pros with their rev rate as high as it is, they cut it just a little shorter, pull it early off their hand. It's nowhere near around the pocket. You're hoping for the other pocket for the 1-2. Does a lot what the other pros do. Takes a plastic ball, throws it hard and straight. And he came back after that spare and said, wow, I mean, they realize how dry the middles are.
Doesn't take long for them to burn out on this 32-foot pattern.
Not with today's equipment. In the old days with the rubber and plastic balls, the lanes hardly ever changed. You'd have to bowl hundreds of games to form a track in the lanes. Today, with the equipment as high friction as it is, it's going to burn that oil off the lanes. And on a 1.51 to 1 ratio, there's not a lot of oil in the middle to start with.
Oh, boy. Walter Ray in a world of hurt here.
Yeah, they're in trouble. There's no doubt about it. Tom hasn't bowled a great game, but Robin has really kept him in it. Robin has just bowled a stellar game, playing the lanes, in my opinion, correctly. That second, third board on the outside. To me, that was the look for those 3 days at AMF West. That, to me, was the look. And I'm surprised Walter, as straight as he goes, isn't out there either.
Right.
No,
in qualifying, he had a good shot. He was in the middle of the pack, and he was, trying to make that cut of the top 24 to advance to match play. And something happened in that second squad. I don't know if he tried a little something different, but it just wasn't jiving. Yeah, it was not jiving here.
Yeah.
Waukesha's very own Antonio Stanish. Home center, like you said, Dwight Fox run, and Vaquero's over there.
And then outside of bowling, another one outdoors. He likes hunting.
There's something about the outdoors that keeps you calm, keeps you relaxed.
I never was an outdoors guy. So
No? Not even
so hyper and worked up all the time.
hikes or walks out there on the trails with your wife or daughter? No?
Golf.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty peaceful.
Yeah,
if
it
you're all
is.
by yourself.
A lot of the pros out here in Milwaukee took that day off the other day to do a little bit of golfing. Yeah, down in Lake Geneva.
Yeah.
Antonio with the nice pickup there on the
He
spare. He's been
not have
solid
the big strike
there.
ball,
Yeah.
but for 3 years in, he knows how to make his spares already.
And that is such an important facet of the game, because you start missing those spares and you're gonna fall behind quick.
Absolutely. About a 38-pin lead for Robin and Tom Hess.
Again, look at that line right there.
Yeah,
Now bite.
She got it just about a half board right of her target. Not by much, and she didn't really fully hit it at the bottom. Didn't get that full rotation on it. Kind of just fluffed it off her hand.
course, I see your High Five gear does a lot with our Youth Challenge Series kids, and you've been wearing this power sleeve since it came out. Tell the fans what it does for you.
Well, it's something we asked for, too. You know, we bowl a lot of games, and over time, obviously, I put in tens and, 20s of thousands or hundreds of thousands. I don't know how many games, but, so something to help keep everything together on these long days where, we're bowling a lot. We're bowling a lot of different formats. It keeps everything tight around here, the elbow and that, so I don't have any pain there, and then it's breathable. It's great, so it keeps it warm when it's cold out, and it breathes when it's hot.
Yeah. So make sure you go to highfivegear.com and check out those power sleeves, because they can customize them any way you want, too. They're awesome. I have one of them myself.
Okay, so Robin is shooting for the 245 spare band. And she's staying with her strike ball going across alley, hitting that dry board. And that's what I was worried about.
Yeah. I've done that plenty of times on this pattern.
Gives a little light to the team of Tom Hess, or Antonio and Walter Ray. A little bit of light.
See if Tom can pick up a little slack here for the team.
Tom has, again, cut it short again. And, boy, I'll tell you, man, he gets to that dry, and with that high friction board, ball, it is going to take off when it hits that dry board.
Struggling out here all day today, Tom Hess.
Yep. Yeah, sometimes those high rev rates can get you into trouble, too. You watch a lot of the guys that made the top 5 at AMF West on that 32-foot pattern, and your Norm Dukes of the world, they go awfully straight.
Yeah.
Put very little side rotation on the ball.
Yeah, that side rotation on the dryness back there after that 32 feet, it is going to take off on you if you're not in the right spot.
Yep, or you got to throw it as hard as like a Eugene McCune, where
right down that first arrow.
22 miles an hour.
Right.
Amazing to watch him bowl in person, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I've had the chance to bowl with Eugene in Dyer, Indiana at Stardust. They do a King of the Hill down there, and he's from Indiana. He showed up there, and I was like, wow, look at him rifle it down that first arrow. That's his style. Walter here couldn't kick out that 10-pin. Thought he had it, though.
It's just amazing to me that he's still trying to hook the ball that much when he sees the good look that Robin is getting from that second board. And that's where Duke and all the guys on Friday night at AMF were playing. And when it got to that match play rounds where the lanes got so dry in the middle, they were still outside first arrow.
When you're in the competitive realm of bowling, and Coach, you've told me this before, it does not hurt. There's nothing against looking at the other bowler ahead of you and seeing what line they're playing.
Especially when someone's got a good look, you got to almost kind of follow the leader. And a big thing, Ben, is, again, we're bowling on a sport where we're throwing a ball on an invincible field.
Right.
We can't see the oil from this angle. You got to get down lane and look back to be able to see where the oil is, which opens up the argument, should the oil be tinted?
Right, that's been an ongoing argument in this sport. I don't think it should be. I don't want to open up that can of worms as Antonio gets into the shot here. A little Brooklyn, maybe a strike.
But all we have to rely on is our ball reaction to make our adjustments in our head. But, Antonio has just been around the pocket, 8 and 9 counts every time he's up there. Has never gotten into trouble. Made almost every spare he's shot at. So, didn't bowl a bad game.
No. Not at all. Extremely difficult to stay clean on these patterns out here.
Absolutely. So
let's pick up this 5-pin, Antonio. Uh-oh.
Yeah, cut it a little short with the shoulder, drop the shoulder.
I was hoping we could sneak a strike out of him because he has that good form. He almost found the pocket. 152.
152, but pretty nice game for 3 years of bowling. 18 years old, 3 years of bowling. His future is bright. Just got to keep at it, Antonio.
Absolutely. Keep working on it. Give that physical game, and don't stop bowling.
So Robin's going to get the lead here and the win here.
And again, playing that line. Look at that. Beautiful right into the pocket.
Yeah, she's playing that lane correctly.
Right.
So she's actually from Kansasville and goes to Burlington High School, Van.
They just recently went through a move, I understand.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. So that's out of the 6 finalists that we had here, 4 from Wisconsin, or 4 from Illinois, 2 from Wisconsin in Robin Conrad.
Yep. And wouldn't you love, as a high school coach, to have her on the team?
Absolutely.
So free-flowing.
There it is again.
Such
Looks
great
pretty.
timing. Wow, what a great game. And plays the lanes absolutely perfect for this pattern. Absolutely perfect. Walter giving her a little heat there for that double. I'm a big believer in coaching a band. If you watch her on this fill ball, and the viewers at home, it's just watch how good her footwork is. You know, and as a coach, I always like to teach from the feet up. You know, and just watch how evenly spaced the steps are, how even tempoed everything is. You know, beautiful
Not
amount of
rushed
slide.
right there again.
Yep.
Little outside, and that goes to show you missed that board. You're going to skid a little bit more
What
down.
a great game, though, for a handicap match, 199-152.
Absolutely.
And we'll be talking to our winners after this commercial break.
Pins for our Essential Bowling Concepts telecasts are provided by Great Lakes Bowling, offering services, supplies, and capital equipment to the bowling industry for over 38 years. GreatLakesBowling.com. Barbiere's Italian Inn, featured in onmilwaukee.com's In Search of the Perfect Pizza in January 2013. Near Miller Park on Blue Mountain Road and on Milwaukee Avenue in South Milwaukee.
All right, our winners of this match, Mr. Tom Hess and Robin Conrad of Kansasville, Wisconsin. Dwight?
Yeah, Robin threw the ball great. In my opinion, you played the lanes correct. We saw the pros playing outside, second board, third board, even at the late part of the night when they got into match play. And you were just like an old pro out there, getting out there with that IQ, playing straight up second board like you practiced it your whole life. What's going through your mind playing that far of an outside shot, knowing that you have Mr. Hess here as your partner?
I just got to make sure that I don't throw it outside, because if I swing it just a little bit, it's going in the gutter, which I did during match play, which was not fun. But just got to make sure I stay on my line and come straight up through the ball and stick my shot.
And we witnessed that a little bit from Tom in one of those games there, one right in the ditch, right to start things off.
Well, you know, to be completely honest, that wasn't right in the ditch. That was off my ankle.
Okay.
I did hit.
We're going to have to look at the replay on that.
Absolutely. It went off my ankle.
But the impressiveness that Robin has in her game, talk about that.
She throws it great. How old are you, Robin?
15.
15. I mean, what more can you say for a 15-year-old?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, she throws it fantastic. I don't know how long she's been bowling. I think I heard you guys say 9 years she's been bowling.
9 years you've been bowling.
She's been working hard, and I think she's got a future in the game.
When you were this age, Tom, where were you at? Were you even bowling at that time?
Oh, yeah. I started bowling when I was 5 years old. And by the time I was 15 years old, I was winning tournaments all over the region. You know, I'm from Iowa. You know, I'd go down to Kansas City, Wisconsin, Minnesota. They had tournaments, junior tournaments around when I was. I mean, I know that's a long time ago.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But yeah, I was competitive back then too. And it's, you know, I mean, even to see events like this where you bring. I don't know how many entries they had today, but when I stepped over here, there was still a lot of kids bowling, and it was in the finals. Don't know what the cuts were, but just to see what's going on with college and high school bowling today, that's awesome. Right. And I hope the kids stay with it. And like I said, I think Robin's got a future. She can definitely get some college scholarships and maybe take it even further than that.
And what's next for you, Robin, after this Pro-Am here?
I'm actually going to go with both the Pro-Am after this, and then after that, just practice for next year's high school season. So.
All right, Robin Conrad, our winner today, alongside PBA Tour player Mr. Tom Hess. The Youth Super Challenge here at AMF Bowlero.
She out-bowled me today. She out-bowled me.
Barbiere's Italian Inn, featured in onmilwaukee.com's In Search of the Perfect Pizza in January 2013. Near Miller Park on Blue Mountain Road and on Milwaukee Avenue in South Milwaukee.
The summer is about the swing. The PBA bowlers are rolling into town. Striking early because there's no room to spare.
Oh my God.
And only one can be crowned the king of swing. The Geico PBA Summer Swing. This summer, only on CBS Sports Network.
Well, Van, what can you say? You've gotten to see some of the pros bowl this week next to you during your adventures with the PBA Summer Swing, but now the kids got to bowl with their idols this time with the 4 guys we had from Brunswick. And it wasn't just an exciting show, some good matches in there, but it was fun. I mean, the pros were being entertaining with the fans, the kids they were bowling with. It was an awesome time.
It's nice to see the pros in a relaxed state because when you see them on the tour, it's so intense out there. But here on the kids, you know, Sean was kind of messing with Tom Hess when he threw the gutter there, and what an amazing experience for the kids.
Yeah, Walter didn't holler at anybody to just bowl. But that's a whole nother story. We'll get into that some other time soon. But once again, thanks to Brunswick for putting this all together. You got to thank Tom Clark, Janae Haggerty at the PBA helped with that as well.
Tracy Poznansky at New Berlin Bowl, where we did all the training, and of course Coach Dwight. You were going to mention Roy at AMF.
Oh yeah, helping. We couldn't have done it without AMF as well. I mean, just a bunch of things came together in, I guess you could say, the perfect storm to throw a bunch of perfect strikes with Brunswick PBA pros and the kids today.
Right, and a very big thank you to Johnny DeSantis, who made the drive here to Milwaukee to be on the show with us today.
Yeah.
So,
TrueRivalFitness.com. Don't forget to check out Johnny's website, BrunswickBowling.com. Check out all the latest Brunswick equipment out there. They've got the latest and greatest stuff, and you'll see enough of their guys on the PBA Summer Swing. Make sure you check that out. Check your local listings for that on Tuesday nights, CBS Sports Network. But we got to thank our friends at Time Warner Cable SportsChannel for keeping us on the air.
We got a laundry list of people to thank.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but thanks everyone for that. Next show coming up, thanks to our friends at Time Warner Cable SportsChannel, the ladies trios from New Berlin Bowl. 15 amazing female bowlers teamed up together, and I'll tell you what, fighting out for a $990 top prize. You know, you're there watching it. We're going to kick you off the commentary this time. It'll be me and Dwight, but you saw some good women bowling there, too.
There was a lot of talent out there. And finally, a big thank you to you, because you are just taking bowling by the harness here. And with the help of Time Warner Cable, we have the outlet. We have these tournaments that people can come. So a big thank you to you and Essential Bowling Concepts as well.
And this space for rent and a lot of tournaments, too, for the kids. Scholarship money, prizes. We can all use it for the kids, help build the future of bowling. So for my friend Van McNeil, I'm Phil Brilo. Parents, take the kids bowling. We'll have fun for life. And we'll see you again from New Berlin Bowl for that Ladies Trios Classic.